In this video, we're going to look at using LocaModa as a way to get your students involved in a classroom discussion by using their cell phones to text in answers to your LocaModa board. To review, this is what a LocaModa board looks like, and as people text in their answers, they will appear on this board. Remember, you need to sign up for the educational version so that you can allow your students to text in their answers. The educational version also gives you this very nice Zap All Messages button so that you can quickly clear the LocaModa board in case someone sends something inappropriate to the board. So let's review how to set up a board. Now, it's going to look a little bit different for you if you haven't created any boards yet, since I've already created boards, and remember, you can have up to 3 boards saved at a time. I am going to scroll down to the bottom here where it says Create New Board. So just look for a Create New Board option somewhere on your screen. And you're going to go ahead and click on that. And the first thing you're going to need to do is give your board a name. And I usually like to name it what the question is that I'm asking, but for this purpose I'm just going to put practice. And the board type, you want to leave it set to Wafidi. That's where they will be able to text in their answers. Now you can set this up to work with a Twitter hashtag or a username. So that's what this option here is. You want to start, for the board options, you want to select Show Text Call to Action, and this will give the directions for the students on how they text in their answers. And then your message options, you can allow them to send in photos and highlight the tags in the messages if you so choose. We're going to leave header and footer blank for right now, and we'll customize that when we get to the next screen. So go ahead and give it a name, turn on your Show Call to Action, and save the board. Now once you get to this screen, you're going to see what the board is going to look like right now. Now this is your call to action right here. And by default, it plays up in the header. Now what I like to do is I like to actually use the header for my question that I'm going to be asking the students, and I like to put the texting information down in the footer. You could reverse that, you could do it either way. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take this information here and I'm going to put this down in my footer. And you can see that right here below the call to action, there is that information that I need to add in my footer. So I'm going to come down here to my footer, and I am going to enter in that information. Okay, so now that I've got that information down in my footer, I'm going to go ahead and turn the call to action off. So I'm going to uncheck that box, and here's where I'm going to put, and now you'll see that that call to action is down in the footer part, and here's where I'm going to put my question. So if I want to know my student's favorite color, then I might just put favorite color as my question. And that will then appear up in the header part of the board. And you will need to save the changes so that those changes take effect. And here we see what the board looks like. Favorite color, that's our question that we're asking the students. And here are the directions that they need to use to text in their answer. And then the students would take out their cell phones and they would text a message, send the message to 87884. They have to include at Loca81975 before their message. Then they could go ahead and type their message and send it into the board. So that's how you create a LocaModa board.